Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. Teaching kids about money, well, it's
Yeah.
important, but finding the right tools can be
Oh, yeah.
really tricky.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into Greenlight.
Okay.
It's a debit card and financial app designed specifically for families. And get this, over 6 million parents and kids
Wow.
are already using it.
That's a lot.
Could this be the answer to,
Mm-hmm.
teaching our kids about money? We're going to unpack how it works, what features really stand out,
Yeah.
and whether it lives up to the hype.
I think, seeing that level of adoption, that many people using it,
Yeah.
$75 million invested by families on the platform
That's incredible.
is really, it's something. It suggests a real shift in how parents are approaching financial education these days. I'm curious, are we seeing a trend toward earlier investing for kids compared to previous generations?
That's a great question, and it definitely seems like Greenlight is tapping into something,
Yeah.
right? They're all about helping kids learn about earning, saving, and even investing, all in a super hands-on way.
I like that.
And it's not just about the kids. Greenlight has separate, customized app experiences for both parents and kids so they can learn and grow together.
That learn together approach is so important, I think, because too often financial literacy is treated as something you just kind of pick up as you go along. But
Right.
having these conversations early on as a family can really set kids up for success later.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the debit card itself.
Okay.
It's a real debit card, which I think is cool because it gives kids that sense of responsibility,
Yeah.
letting them track their spending and learn about balances. And of course, Greenlight gives parents flexible controls.
Right.
So you can set limits and kind of keep an eye on things. Peace of mind for everyone, right?
That balance between autonomy and oversight is so crucial. It's not about locking kids out
Yeah.
of making decisions, but giving them the freedom to learn within a safe framework.
And speaking of learning, one feature that I thought was really interesting was the savings growth calculator.
Oh, yeah, that's a really neat tool. It's designed to help kids visualize how compound interest works, which can be kind of an abstract concept.
Yeah.
They can play around with different savings goals and interest rates to see how their money could potentially grow over time.
That's cool.
It makes it so much more tangible.
Yeah.
Although, full transparency, there was a little note in the materials that said that we should mention that the custom amounts you can plug into the calculator are just for illustration.
Oh,
They aren't actually paid out by Greenlight,
I see.
just so you know.
Yeah, good point. Transparency is always important,
Always.
especially when it comes to finances. But going back to the calculator, I think it's a really clever way to get kids engaged.
Oh, for sure. With the idea of saving and investing, right? Instead of just telling them to save, it shows them the potential rewards, which can be really motivating.
Totally. And, on top of the practical money management stuff, Greenlight also has this whole other side focused on safety and financial literacy.
Okay.
They have a family safety hub with features like location sharing, SOS alerts, even crash detection that can automatically contact 911.
Oh, wow. Those safety features are definitely reassuring, especially in today's world. It's like an added layer of protection that can give parents peace of mind. But while those features are great for peace of mind, it's the Greenlight Level Up program that really has me intrigued. Turning financial education into a game
Yes.
is such a brilliant way to make it fun and engaging for kids.
Gamification
Yes.
is such a powerful tool for learning, especially for younger audiences.
Absolutely.
Instead of lectures and worksheets,
Right.
it's all about interactive challenges and rewards. It's like sneaking in financial literacy while they're having fun.
Exactly. It taps into their natural curiosity and makes learning feel like an adventure. And, if they're enjoying the process, they're more likely to retain the information and develop
For sure.
those positive financial habits early on.
Okay, so we've seen the fun side of Greenlight, but let's get down to the
Yes.
nitty-gritty
Let's do it.
plans and value. Greenlight operates on a subscription model,
Oh.
starting at $5.99 per month for the whole family,
Oh,
which can include up to 5 kids.
wow.
They also offer a 1-month risk-free trial,
Oh, nice.
so families can try it out before fully committing.
That trial period is a smart move. It removes those barriers to entry and allows families to experience the platform firsthand before making a decision. I'm curious, what are some of the standout features that are included
Yeah.
in that subscription price?
Well, you've got investment options, chore and allowance management tools, and even cash back and savings rewards. It seems like they've really packed in the value.
So if we consider those initial figures we talked about, the millions invested and saved through Greenlight, that monthly fee starts to look
Yeah.
pretty reasonable, doesn't it? Especially if it's helping families build a stronger financial foundation.
It definitely puts things into perspective. But before we go any further,
Yeah.
there are a few important things to clarify. Greenlight is a financial technology company,
Okay.
not a bank itself.
That's a really important distinction.
Right.
So they partner with a community federal savings bank, or CFSB, to provide the actual banking services.
Right.
And CFSB is a member of the FDIC, which means deposits are insured up to $250,000 per depositor, just like with a traditional bank.
So it's important to understand that while Greenlight is the platform you interact with, your money is actually held by CFSB. And speaking of regulations, the investment aspect of Greenlight is handled by Greenlight Investment Advisors, LLC,
Okay,
or GIA for short.
got it.
And they are an SEC-registered investment advisor.
That SEC registration is key. It means they're subject to specific regulatory standards and requirements, which provide a level of oversight and accountability.
Yeah, that's definitely reassuring, especially since investing always carries some level of risk. It's important to remember that it's possible to lose money, even with an SEC-registered investment advisor overseeing things.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, sounds like they are covering all their bases, though,
Yeah,
in terms of security and regulations.
it seems like it. So we've covered a ton of information about Greenlight. We've talked about the debit card features, the safety aspects, the educational games, the investment options, the subscription model, and even who they partner with for banking and investment services. It's a lot to take in.
It is.
What's standing out to you so far?
Well, for me, it's really their comprehensive approach to financial literacy. Greenlight isn't just giving kids a debit card and saying, like, okay, good luck.
Yeah. They're creating an entire ecosystem for learning about money, from basic budgeting to more advanced concepts like investing. And they're doing it in a way that's fun and engaging and accessible for both kids and parents, which I think is really important.
I totally agree. They've really thought about the needs of the whole family.
Yeah.
And they're making it fun and easy to learn together. It's not just about the tools.
Right.
It's about building healthy financial habits as a family. That's a really powerful concept.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, could this be the key to raising a generation of financially savvy adults?
I mean, that's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And I think it's definitely a real possibility, you know? Imagine the impact if kids grow up with a solid understanding of money management, investing, and the power of compound interest.
Right.
Like, it could change the whole financial landscape for the better.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
We could be on the cusp of a major shift in financial literacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, before we get too carried away with dreams of a financially savvy future, there was one more little detail in the source material that caught my eye. It looks like Greenlight also has a program called Greenlight for Work
Interesting.
and another called Greenlight for Banks.
Interesting. That suggests they're broadening their scope
Yeah.
and exploring partnerships beyond just individual families.
Exactly. So Greenlight for Work seems geared towards helping employers offer financial wellness benefits to their employees,
Okay.
which is a growing trend in the workplace.
Yeah.
And then Greenlight for Banks could involve collaborations with traditional banks to integrate Greenlight's technology and features into their existing offerings.
That's a smart move strategically.
Yeah.
By expanding their reach beyond just the family market, they can increase their impact and potentially become
Right?
like a major player in the broader financial landscape.
Yeah, it's clear that Greenlight isn't content with just being a debit card for kids.
Right.
They have a bigger vision of empowering people of all ages to take control of their finances.
It'll be really fascinating to see how these new initiatives develop and what kind of impact they have on the financial wellness of individuals, families, and even entire communities, It's a really exciting time to be watching the evolution of financial technology.
I agree. Well, there you have it. Our deep dive into Greenlight has revealed a company that's not just about managing money, but also about shaping financial futures. If you're interested in learning more about Greenlight and its offerings,
Yeah.
I highly recommend checking out their website. They have detailed information on their features, plans, and even blog posts with helpful tips for families.
Cool.
It's definitely worth exploring.
It sounds like it.
So this has been such
Yeah.
a cool deep dive.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got to do this.
Me too. It's been really fun.
Yeah, it really is amazing to see how financial technology is evolving
Mm.
and making such a difference in people's lives.
Ab-
This whole conversation has got me thinking about my own early experiences with money. What about you?
Yeah, for sure. What comes to mind for you?
Well, I remember wishing I had learned more about things like budgeting and investing when I was younger.
Yeah.
Kind of had to figure it out on my own, and I made a few mistakes along the way. Did you have anything? Is there anything you wish you had learned sooner
Oh, yeah,
when it comes to finances?
definitely. I think a lot of us have had similar experiences.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have parents who emphasized saving,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really grasp the concept of investing until much later.
Yeah.
Looking back, I realize how valuable it would have been to have those conversations and learn about different investment strategies when I was younger.
Exactly. And it makes me wonder, what can we do now to help create a more financially literate society, even if we didn't have all the advantages of a platform like Greenlight growing up?
That's a great question. And I think there are so many ways that we can contribute. For starters, I think we can be more open about talking about money
Yeah.
with our friends, family, and even our kids.
Right.
Sharing our own experiences, both good and bad,
Hmm.
can help demystify finances and make it a less taboo subject.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
We can also support initiatives that promote financial education
Yes.
in schools and communities.
Absolutely.
There are so many resources available now, but sometimes people just don't know where to start.
Exactly. And even small actions can make a difference, right?
Yeah.
Like, we can volunteer our time to teach financial literacy classes, mentor young people, or simply share informative articles and resources on social media.
I love that. It's all about paying it forward and empowering others with the knowledge and tools they need to succeed financially.
Yeah.
And hey, it's never too late for us to keep learning and improving our own financial literacy too.
Couldn't agree more. There's always something new to discover in the world of finance, that's for sure.
Well, this has been an incredible deep dive into Greenlight and the future of financial literacy. Thanks for joining me on this journey.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
Awesome. Until next time.
Mm.
It really is amazing to see how financial technology is evolving and making such a difference in people's lives. This whole conversation has got me thinking about my own
Yeah.
early experiences with money.
Oh, interesting.
Like, I remember wishing I had learned more about things like budgeting and investing when I was younger.
Right.
I kind of had to figure it out on my own, and I made a few mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
What about you? Is there anything you wish you had learned sooner when it comes to finances?
Yeah, I think a lot of us have had those kinds of experiences where we're kind of like, oh, I wish I had known that back then.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have parents who really emphasized saving, but
Yeah.
I didn't really get the concept of investing until much later. And looking back, I realize how valuable it would have been to learn about investing and different investment strategies when I was younger.
Exactly. And it makes me wonder, what can we do now to help create a more financially literate society, even if we didn't have all the advantages of a platform like Greenlight growing up?
That's a great question, and I think there's a lot that we can do.
Yeah.
For starters, I think we can be more open about talking about money with our friends, family, even our kids.
Right.
Just sharing our own experiences, both good and bad, can help demystify finances and make it a less taboo subject.
That's a great point. We can also support initiatives that promote financial education in schools and communities.
Yes, absolutely.
There are so many resources available now, but sometimes people just don't know where to start.
Yeah, and even small actions can make a big difference.
Yeah.
We can volunteer our time to teach financial literacy classes or mentor young people or just share informative articles and resources on social media.
Yeah. I love that. It's all about paying it forward and empowering others with the knowledge and tools they need to succeed financially. And hey, it's never too late for us to keep learning and improving our own financial literacy too.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. There's always something new to learn.
Well, this has been a really incredible deep dive into Greenlight and the future of financial literacy. Thanks for joining me on this journey.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Awesome. Until next time.